In this video, we're going to try out YouTube's new AI music generator, meaning you can make music using an AI music generator on YouTube Studio, as I'm on right now, for free, and use it in your videos. Pretty interesting. By the way, this is Mia. I'm at my friend's place right now. Want to say hi? She's a little tired. Is that Mia? All right, so let's get into it. So you can see that in YouTube Studio, I go down here to the Creator Music Beta, and initially it's going to look like this. Now, these are a bunch of different tracks you can use and put in your videos. Each one has different terms. Some of the terms say, hey, you can use this and fully monetize the video and have all the rights to it. Other terms say, hey, you can get, unfortunately, only 50% of the revenue. So it does depend track to track, depending on the license itself. And you can see up here, I've paid free. I can buy some of these. It's almost like a buyout. I pay $5. But a new feature, the main point in this video, if I go up here, I have Music Assistant, and I've created Suggest. Suggest, it seems like, and again, I've not tried this out yet, wanted this live on camera, seems like I can find something for it. So let's say, was it free, cheerful, upbeat song? So if I do this, so I click that, for example, or I type in a prompt, it's going to suggest a song. You can see it's already made. So it's more of an AI tool for searchability, but I can create one. So let's try this out. Let's do, we have some suggestions here. Spooky house music, melodic techno. I think let's do actually melodic techno. Just blowing up. We have some terms right here. As you can see, it's generative AI experimental features. You're responsible for the content you create and publish. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so let's do it. So it's creating soundtracks. It may take a minute. I'm going to do this live in real time. So I'm kind of curious to see how long this takes, because the two biggest AI music generators right now are Suno and Udio. They're kind of like the Coke and Pepsi, or the Lyft and Uber of AI music generators. And I just did a video about Suno 4.5. 4.5 took literally, seconds to make the songs themselves. So this is taking a bit longer, obviously, as you can see. I'm kind of curious to see, curious to see how long this takes exactly. I'm going to try a few different prompts, but it seems like right now I'm kind of locked into this one. And what's interesting about this, going to kind of ramble on a little bit as it's kind of loading, which is taking a bit longer than I expected, that I did a video about the idea of this when YouTube first released it. That it's interesting that now a lot of companies are not just making AI music generators to use as a standalone, like Suno or Udio, but they're creating them and integrating them into their platform. So I would not be surprised if, let's say, TikTok also rolls something like this out, because for a lot of creators, it is a tricky thing. This has been, I think, since the dawn of YouTube ads, really, in YouTube copyright, it's been an issue for creators to pick the right song, use it in their videos. Sometimes it gets copyrighted, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get a strike. It's tough to say. All right, so we have 3 different tracks, looks like. So full test, let's see. Kind of mid. This reminds me of something that would be on like a start select screen on like a PlayStation 2 video game. But though, for a YouTube video, this actually does kind of work. Like, let's say you're doing like a vlog, or you want something in the background, if let's say you're doing like a tech tutorial, this could work. Okay, let's see. Oh, I like this better. This is cool. But what I can't tell though is if this is making it for a YouTube video or if it's trying to make it as its own song. I think there's a difference between making a track or creating one and making a song with the intent of it going in a video. For example, this, the first 2 screams like background music to me, right? So the third one. Very like analog progressive house, deadmau5-y vibes. So these aren't bad, but this is something I could feel like would go in a video that's like, hey, what's up, guys? This is Tom from Tech Tools. I'm going to show you how to use your, and then. So let's do this. I want to do another prompt, or I just refreshed it. Irish folk music with fiddle and bagpipes. You know what? Let's do this one. This is kind of interesting one. Songs that would play in a poolside party with light summer vibes. Try that one. So it's going to take a minute, because last time took a little bit, so I'm going to do a quick jump cut in this video, and then let's listen to these songs. So it took, again, about a minute, so not too long, but in terms of AI-generated music speed, bit slow, but again, can't complain. We have 3 iterations, too, for each prompt. Most AI music generators do 2 iterations, so let's check this out. You know what? This screams to me like stock music, being honest. Like, it's not bad. I'll be honest. It's not, it's a little cheesy, but I feel like for a YouTube video, I don't know. It gives me like almost like 2010 vibes. Oh. So the songs aren't that badly produced or created. I think I like this one the best. I want to try something like interesting, like intense rock song for a parkour video. Try something like that. All right, so we have 4 iterations. This is interesting. I wonder why the first couple we did was only 3. Okay, so let's see. I don't know why. Tell me. This screams to me like PlayStation 2, N64, like select screen vibes, like WWF No Mercy, like type. So they're not bad. I'm gonna be honest. So far, try them out. Let's do one more prompt just to, try as many things as we can. They're not bad. I mean, they're all instrumental. So that's why I said, like, I think this is a difference between making a song to listen to as like, well, I want to listen to this as just a song, like Suno Udio does. This seems definitely geared based off the AI algorithms it's using, as in like, okay, we're specifically making a song that's maybe not too much in your face, more background music, right? Because as you can imagine, if you're using background music in your songs, or excuse me, in your videos, typically no lyrics is better because you might be talking and everything. And then 2, if it's too overwhelming or too much in your face, it might take away from the video itself, especially let's say if you're doing a tutorial and you're talking. So maybe that's why some of these songs are a bit more like low key, if that's the best way to word it. Let's do let's do like folk. Let me try a country one. Actually, you know what? Let's do reggae. I feel like a reggae would be good for this generator. Let's do like upbeat reggae song let me give it like a situation. I don't know. I'm trying to, I'll put playing with your dog. So it can feature me on this. Playing with your dog. All right, so let's try this out now. Upbeat reggae song for playing with your dog. We have 4 prompts again. All right. I hate to say that's so bad. Like, again, it's screaming to me like that is something that is like the kind of score or soundtrack that would be in like Mario Golf on N64. Like, I like this one. Okay. All right. Like, it does give me really old school YouTube vibes when people would make like slideshows or things like that with their dogs or pets. These are so cheesy. This one isn't bad. Not bad, but very, very limited. So, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I think on one end, this is the way I look at it. On one end, this is free. This is included when it comes to being a YouTuber in a YouTube studio. It's not like you have to pay a membership or subscription fee like Suno Udio does for their premium features or whatnot. This is completely free. And in addition, I think what's good about this is it does allow YouTubers and other content creators to use music in their videos and not worry about any legal stuff. There's no other way to word that because, like I said earlier in this video, when we were making that first prompt and those first songs, it has been a huge issue for years. I think it's way better than it used to be, but it has been a huge issue for years of copywriting, striking, different issues just happening with you using music in your videos. And I'll be honest, when I look at the YouTube kind of like music library, the licenses are usually very odd and weird. I'm not gonna lie, somewhat annoying. Like some of them say, hey, you have to pay $10 for a buyout, meaning you spend $10, you own the rights to that song. To me, that's very expensive. $10 for every video. I mean, you could go on NCS, which is a great resource on YouTube, no copyright sounds or non-copyright sounds, use one of those songs and have no legal issues, right? So I hate to say it, I really don't like the YouTube kind of creator audio library, but this is at least a cool feature to create something that's custom to you. And I feel like there is something to be said about using something that's custom. It's a lot easier than I thought it would be. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too sure how this would be, but I mean, for most AI music generators, this is way easier than I thought, because if you look at like Udio, you have a lot of advanced features. You can do a lot of very intricate things. This, you just type in a sentence or a word, and it makes it for you. So I feel like this is pretty seamless, pretty simple. Obviously, I think for a lot of people on YouTube, they're not trying to be musicians themselves, making this masterpiece of a record. They just want to make something and put it in their video. So I think on one end, that's good. On the other end, the songs are pretty cheesy, as you heard. They're very low-key, but again, there's pros and cons to that. I think when it comes to using that in a YouTube video, like, again, these songs, I can tell after doing this a few times now already, are definitely generated with the mindset of being put as background music, right? And I think that's a huge thing to be said, that sometimes for a background song, you don't want a huge intense song with lyrics and vocals and all this kind of stuff in your face, because it takes away from the ability for the viewer to absorb what you're saying if it is in the background. So pros and cons on both sides, but I got to be honest, I feel like for something like this, I feel like better off just using Udio or using another AI music generator. I mean, it is cool that YouTube has integrated this into the GUI of the platform of the YouTube Studio, and I do like that, and I do like that you can just take it and use it and all that kind of stuff, but again, I guess at the end of the day, it's free, so I can't complain. And I think for a lot of creators, it could make it a lot easier for them to make their own music, have it be custom, and then immediately take that and put it in their videos.